So you have to plug into the matrix. No, you don't. That is heavy. Have I don't know whether no one here. All right, well, whenever someone sees this, I don't know whether to just be annoyed and be like, listen, you've been duped. There's that many mental illnesses. All the other illnesses are very rare. All the other physical illnesses. And imprisoning people and making them have your help. Gaslighting all their problems. Telling you instead it's in your brain. Only the brain in the head, not the brain in the heart or the brain in the gut or in your real life history and social circumstances, and definitely not a physical illness, but only in the brain, duped. To be angry or to be sympathetic to our collective stupidity. I'm plugged in. I'm going to move it. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Why? If it's locked, it doesn't need to go upside down then. Go upside down then. That's one way of getting your worms down, isn't it? Well, my PIP got reassessed. And I forgot about it being reassessed. Till I got a text message to say, your PIP's been reassessed. And I thought, oh shit. Is it going to involve an appeal? And then before the letter arrived to say what the result was. Sorry, it's because I'm plugged in. I got a check. I got a payment to my account. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it went that high. Because for one thing, with any chronic illness, it's going to involve pain. Even just being born. So, endometriosis affects 1 in 10 women around the world. 1/3 of women with endometriosis don't have a job outside the home. My point is this. There are things called invisible illnesses, and the only people who seem to think they are invisible are called psychiatrists. And psychiatrists don't study psychology unless they did it in their spare time after graduating. They are, in fact, qualified medical doctors. So how curious to think that all your problems are in your brain if you're a qualified medical doctor. I don't know, I think disillusionment happened to those guys. Or maybe they really thought they were going to help because they believe in the mental illness thing as well, aka females. Enough, really enough. I've seen so much inside those places. Hospital, where we go for help. Yeah? Really bad affecting character. One person has left, according to the numbers. Well, I thought I would just come back and say, nope, I wasn't taking cocaine before the last video, or even in the last video. Like we said, we don't know what it could have been, anything, and but I'm just saying it was very likely to have been cocaine. But at the same time, you know, look, I'm just that fucking piece of white trash that picks up shit off the street. So I can recommend one course of action while practicing another. I'm just purely for my own sanity saying adrenaline is a thing that comes with chronic pain. You'd know that if you're a medical doctor. Cocaine seems to calm me down and make me normal. And I'd had one Disaronno. I'm not drinking too much. It happened already. I know I look like a baby. Because according to a doctor, a GP, I would have been tested for cystic fibrosis as a baby because I was born in 2017. So, I don't know. The point is just this. This mock-up of a thing. Whatevs, man. I'm just so tired of your shit. You people who know, don't you know about mental illness? We don't. We don't know about it. How are we supposed to talk about it when we come out of the hospital? Because you think it's a hospital. But it's an arm of the fucking law. Alright? It's all this stuff in my brain. In my mind, in my body. The body keeps the score of my lived experience. But don't treat us like we're stupid. I had a very lovely friend of mine tell me that I'm not a millennial, because I pointed out millennials were roughly 1980 to 2000, because millennials were born after 2000, weren't they? And then asked the adult, he's like smiling, yeah, because you're saying I'm wrong, aren't I? Millennials were born from the year 2000, weren't they? That's right. This is what happens, and people talk behind your back. They don't talk to you, they talk about you. And even some of those things could be true, but if you didn't talk to me about them, how would you know what really happened and why? Okay, because if somebody is desperate for me to move into a new place with them, and I call them and I'm like, bro, I don't have the physical means to move in with you, and he responds angrily, and he's a man, yeah, and then he turns up at my place, and I was late getting ready, so I happened to be naked. Okay, I know one way to make a man stop is act crazy. So I just happened to answer the door with no clothes on and then go, oops, look at me, I'm into naturalism. Let me just run and put some clothes on for you. Okay, and then other stuff that happened can stay private between him and him. But no, he didn't bother me about moving in when I didn't have the physical fucking means. But run home and tell your mummy, because then mummy will go and tell everybody that she knows it's your fifth fucking generation something. And then no one will believe me because other people who aren't who they say they are, saying things about me, no one checking with me. But you don't even fucking ask if I have a boyfriend. Pathetic. Because all these things and other incidents that people did not talk to me about, were talked about me about, until one person phoned me and said, you need to speak to these guys. And I was like, I have sent them a letter, they have not replied. And she fucked off to Saudi Arabia. Jesus is Lord. Other things happened, but you don't talk to me, you don't know. And it was almost 20 years ago. And I then moved to Liverpool. I know that the people who this is directed to will find this eventually. I have struggled to write. I moved to Liverpool, everything's fine-ish, apart from the secretary is not forwarding my fucking emails with my fucking real information. Not forwarding them, no, I hear the secretary. But then later, I hear the beautiful magical words to my ear, the Persian hotline. Love, they ain't even Persians doing it. And if they are, then they are not exclusive either. So what a shit show. What a shit show to join a religion, find out all the good ones have gone overseas, left with well-meaning people who are quite honestly parrots. And hard-pressed, yeah, hard-pressed. Because you have, let's say you've got 60 people on your rota, register, whatever it is in that city, and you've got maybe 20 people that are regular, 25, including the kids, 30. And then you elect 9 every year. You only need one. Fucking fake. in that group to control everything, okay? How do I do it? And it seeps into the rest of the community. And it makes it unsafe. And in the meantime, some of your kids who've grown up with this fucking hypocrisy, because obviously if you've got a good name, then you don't have to check your heart to see what really go on with you. Are requesting to have their names removed from the register. Why? Because it puts undue pressure on them to do things like have a Baha'i wedding. Why the fuck should they? If they don't want to be part of it. I hope you now let them go rather than being scared of the numbers. No, let's look at the reality in the UK Baha'i community. What are the real numbers here, guys? Because like I said, all the good ones have gone abroad. Okay? Well done. Well done. That's what I would do. Go live your life. Share your books. Share your passion. And then write on Reddit all the time how fucking easy it is. You can just leave. Now listen, it shouldn't be that easy to leave. But if it's your own child, this isn't referring to any one person. Let me get that straight. If it's your own child asking to go, and it's been, I don't know, 6 months, and they're still at the point that they don't want to have the pressure of being a Baha'i, you can't be a Baha'i because it's not fucking legally recognised yet. So you have to be you. It's even in the long obligatory prayer, be thou. Because you cannot be prejudiced, can you? You can't have an ounce of prejudice if you're a Baha'i. But watch the old attitude and the old behaviour there with the old professionals. Because none of the rest of us get paid for being Baha'is. Some of them maybe get financial help. Some of them have an invisible paycheck. What? What about the fucking charismatic community? Yeah, the charismatic movement. There's quite a famous person that seems to be the head of that at the moment. I'll give you a clue. It's an elephant. My back hurts, okay? I don't have a bad back, but let's be technical, the spine and the muscles and all that is called inflammation. Nobody has done a damn thing. Since I got diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, since it's got the wrong fucking name at the top of the letter that says benign joint hypermobility, that would not get me in front of a doctor at 14 or in physiotherapy at 12. Or on my fucking back for 20 years, thanks antipsychotics. Dopamine antagonists, reward and punishment. No, just can't be bothered to work. I started working at 15. You know, it's not a bad back, just it does hurt. And I'm not Eve, we've moved on there, you know, I don't have to be in pain, but no, money and women, boys, you know, whatever. I'm frustrated with it, because it's not just me, it's everyone else's children now, on the same fucking drugs. Some of them are asking for an endocrinologist, they're asking for their hormones to be checked, but no, you want to just directly go in and affect the dopamine and the serotonin, do you? Without checking their hormones first. My generation of parenting. Millennial X's, okay? We're responsible for that shit. If you're having to pay for a psychiatrist and a mental health prescription, would you not pay roughly the same to get the child's young person examined by a rheumatologist or have blood work? What about the motherfucker gene mutation? Sorry, but that is the acronym. Other things, their fucking testosterone level. Prozac, yeah? Or citalopram, or Risperdal, or Zyprexa, or, I mean, they all basically do the same things. damage. Me, I'm 44. I cannot have my psychiatric diagnoses ever removed. So any time I have a crisis, a physical fucking crisis, I have to go and sit in a psych unit for 3 months. We're not having therapy there, guys. It might be a little bit... I don't think it's doing the character much good to keep forcing stuff. Looking in and... What a shit show. Well, if we're going to just be peaceful about it, what a mess. Right, what a mess, the dog. You know, you know. And I mentioned that leader of the new charismatic movement. Not having any more criminal charges now. Oh. Lucky escape with the pellet gun as well, wasn't it? Oh. You would have thought somebody would have seen them on the roof there. But they're gone now. Can't tell us why they done it. Crazy left, you know. I suppose if you want to enjoy the craft, you must understand the craft enough that when you're observing it, you know you're observing somebody's practicing a craft. Theatre craft. All right, everyone's silent now because Miss List has become agitated. The presentation requires further observation. Look for these things. My friend walked into a fucking oncoming freight train. My battery's going flat. Because of her mental illness. Stop, it's enough, it's too much. It's stressing me out. But we're going to counter with nice things. Truthful things. Because there cannot be 400 new mental illnesses since the last 80 or odd years, okay? They just can't. You haven't discovered 400. They're clusters of symptoms. Okay, what causing them, please? I'm going to go until the battery goes on 1%. Why should I have to end it myself? My friend that walked into a train, her dad was found hanged in a church when she was 6. I wonder why. Wait. What a fucking bollocks. You see, me. I'm the evidence, aren't I? Oh, the definitely mental illness exists. Look at her.